We are now 71 days from Trump again taking the oath of office. During the campaign, he made a long list of promises and threats, from targeting political opponents to carrying out mass deportations. And the question now is, how much will he follow through with that? Joining us now is CNN senior political commentator and former Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger. Congressman, thank you. I'm going to blame myself and my multiple overnight shifts this week for putting you as a congressman from Texas, even though we know it was Illinois. But yes, I'm a former congressman from Illinois. But it's good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Of course, yeah.
We've all had a few days to reflect on Trump's victory. I'm just curious now on this Sunday night how you see his return to power shaping this country's future.
Yeah, I mean, look, it was a resounding victory. And I think, to some extent, that's actually a good thing because now they're going to have an opportunity to put their vision in place. I mean, we've been talking about what is, Trump's vision for years now. And they're going to have to own whatever that is. This idea of massive tariffs, well, we may actually see what massive, tariffs do. Mass deportations, well, we might actually see what mass deportations are. Or, they're going to show that this is a completely unrealistic thing anyway. So obviously, I wish the election would have gone a different way. But Americans spoke. And again, now it's an opportunity for, Trump to show what he's made of. And I think it's quite possible that in 2 years, the Republicans lose a lot of power in the House and Senate, and then in 4 years, maybe they're going to look back and say, we never should have done that. But I do, and I mean this sincerely, I do wish the president well. I want him to succeed because America succeeds, but I don't necessarily know if I agree with all of his vision.
Yeah, I mean, you were banging the drum for months, supporting Kamala Harris, saying that as an American, that was your duty, even though you didn't agree with her on all the issues. Is it surprise? Did it frustrate you that you were really serious about the state of democracy if Trump were to resume office? And that did not seem to be a message that was received by a lot of Americans.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating. And, again, people have a right to vote how they want. I think right now the thing that's a little concerning is we're being animated by culture war. I mean, we're just being animated by, your prior thing about the transgender athletes. Look, I mean, I think that is a serious issue that we have to have a real discussion on, and Democrats have to take a look at what their position is on it, because it is out of the mainstream. But that's not really an issue that is just, driving people into poverty or, creating wars. It's in essence, invented issue that just creates a lot of anger. So that's a concern for me, is watching this culture war continue to be driven. And I also, to me, the frustration I had with the Harris campaign was, and I tried to get this message out as much as I could, they had a problem with men, not with women. And yet the campaign spent the whole time trying to reach out to women. And it's like, that's actually, you're doing okay with women. You need to do a better job of reaching out to men. And, young men feel like they basically have been abandoned and they don't have a place in this world. And Donald Trump came, and although that was a bad version of masculinity, he showed them a version of masculinity that I actually think is really weak. But in a vacuum, that's what they were attracted to. And we see that in the numbers.
And Trump once included you on a list of people he said, in his words, should be going to jail for your role in the January 6th committee. What do you think about these threats to go after former officials or current officials, political enemies, if you will, that he's made? Because he made them a lot. And now suddenly his allies have been telling us on this show, well, we don't know that it's going to go that far. What do you think?
Well, look, I mean, it's very anti-democratic to do that. It's very authoritarian to make those threats. So I hope they don't do it. Let me say this, though. I have 0.0% fear of that. And I'll say this to anybody that's watching, that's kind of a figure that's out there publicly saying they're super scared of what Trump. Quit it. Stop it. Like, he's not going to come after us. He's not going to come after you. If you broke the law, maybe. Anybody that breaks the law, should obviously be held accountable. But because he disagreed with you, he can do whatever he wants to try. We're still a country with a rule of laws. I have 0% concern, because if you're going to make up stuff, then okay, then America will see exactly what you are. And so I'm not concerned whatsoever about it. I'm glad you're asking, because for some reason there's this narrative out there that we all should be leaving the country or something. Stop it, folks. Like, this guy, he's going to be a president, good or bad. He's not going to come after you and make stuff up. We do have a justice system still, and it'll be just fine.
And it sounds like you're trying to ground people in what you think is the reality.
Yeah, I mean, look, again, let's look at this and say, okay, let's say there is a decision made to come after his enemies. Well, they're going to have to make up stuff. Like they're going to have to lie and make up stuff. I still believe that you go through the court system, you're going to be fine. I think the American people, if they all of a sudden see that the administration is locking up opponents for no reason, there will be massive rebellion, a small r, uprising within this country to say, we're not that kind of country. So yeah, stay grounded. And again, if you're one of these folks that are out there, I've seen a few of them out there like, Chicken Little running around. Stop it. All you're doing is making Donald Trump happy. You're acting like you're scared of him. Don't be scared of him. Like seriously, there's nothing to be afraid of.
All right, Congressman Adam Kinzinger, thank you so much for your thoughts. We appreciate it.